ISAIAS is not likely to bring our area locally a big concern. We might see a bit of a breeze next week, and that's going to be it. But the coast may see a little more than that. The hurricane now sits in the waters of the Bahamas, and it's beginning to strengthen over the next couple of days. We're expecting it to become a Category 2 storm. There is one really good piece to this in that it's a fast-moving storm, 17 miles per hour in a forward motion, which means it's just not going to linger all that long. Of course, several hours of wind and rain across certain spots, but it's not going to be days worth of storms, which we have seen some of these kind of become stagnant. That's not expected in the case of ISAIAS. Now, it likely will become a Category 2 storm as it interacts with the warm Bahamas waters by about Saturday, then back to a Category 1 after moving over some of the islands. The interaction with water is good for a storm to strengthen. The interaction with land helps it to dissipate a bit. So quickly strengthening, then quickly back to a Category 1. It's likely to hold about 80-mile-per-hour winds along that Florida coast over the weekend, and then Monday of next week, early morning to the evening, making a quick pass along the South Carolina shoreline. Rain, wind, and high surf all expected, but landfall is more likely in the North Carolina Outer Banks region, possibly just south of the Outer Banks. So it's just going to be pretty intense there in North Carolina, and South Carolina is not going to be spared entirely. Like I mentioned, we have two separate computer models here showing two separate rain amounts. It's going to be a lot dependent on where the storm exactly lines up along that shoreline. One computer model showing merely a half to a full inch of rain. Another computer model showing 4+ inches of rain on the South Carolina coast. So we have to wait and see how the storm interacts with the islands first. That will help to see which track it's going to be on. Now, locally, we're not going to see impacts from it. We've got nice skies right now, a nice blue sky with only a few passing clouds. There's going to be some isolated mountain rain through the morning, and then potentially a few storms for all of us in the afternoon. It's currently in the 60s and 70s like every other morning so far this week. We're heading for the 90s this afternoon with a strong breeze. Mountain towns 88 degrees today, so the sky meter is improved just a little bit. I'm calling today a 7 out of 10, and we should see again limited storms. Today it's a slightly better chance. Tomorrow almost fully sunny. Sunday isolated late day rain, and then next week Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday it's back in the upper 80s with a bit more of a breeze, but otherwise just a normal pattern for wet weather. Now I'm going to get your riding forecast sponsored by Harley-Davidson of Greenville. If you plan to ride this weekend, ride in the morning to avoid the heat. It's going to be hot and sticky in the low 90s with limited late day rain. Mountain towns, you might find a few more storms late in Sunday afternoon's forecast, but otherwise just getting out in the morning to midday. The roads should be no problem for a ride on your bike.